So it's Saturday and today is a double training day. So we are in the MMA gym and we're going to be doing some calisthenics training, which is circuits. We're going to be doing 5-minute rounds, a minute on each station. But this isn't my brainchild. No. We brought back the curly hair.
What's up, what's up?
Yeah. So we brought back Yusuf and he's going to take us through a calisthenics workout. This is his forte, this is what he's good at. It's functional, it's dynamic, and that's exactly what we want to implement into our routine. Again, like the HIIT training, you can add this in after workouts if you want to, or any day of the week. Let's blast through. So a minute on every station. We've got 5 stations. Station 1, ropes. Really coming through, nice rhythm. When you get tired, double arms. Slam it into the floor. That's round 1. 2, rollouts with the wheel. So on your knees, and you want to stretch your full body out, keeping the core nice and tight, and then driving up. Second, Joe, go. Go, Joe.
Go! This one's called Skin the Cat, and I'll show you how it looks.
And then
make sure you go all the way down, not here, all the way down.
Notice how the hands are rotated in as well at the top. Then bring yourself back over.
And squeeze the chest.
Can you do this on anything else other than rings?
You can do it on the bar, on a straight bar as well.
On a straight bar.
Yeah.
So holding over a straight bar, same thing applies. Then moving on, I'm going to be doing wall walks because I did a HIIT circuit yesterday. So what we're looking for here is to come out really nice, holding that plank, walking it up, keeping the core tight, all the way to the top, and then back down again, keeping nice tight core. Joe will be doing handstand press ups. Go. The other variation on here is this. So feet on the wall, nice curve back, and we're doing, if you're able to do this, shoulder press ups. I'm not going to do this because it really aggravates my shoulder. So I want to be able to progress to be able to do these with better shoulder stabilization. Next up, so these are called hollow body holds.
Yeah.
So what we're looking for here, hold the body outright at a very slight angle, looking to keep the body in line. What you want to imagine doing is you're pushing your lower back through. Imagine there's a pad here, so what you don't want to do is let the lower back arch. And it's simply hang and hold. So that's it. 5 stations, a minute each station. Let's go.
Last night I let the party get the best of me. The best of me. The best of me. Last night I let the party get the best of me. The best of me. The best of me. Last night I let the party get the best of me. The best of me. The best of me. The cool weed and cold drinks. Cool weed and cold drinks. That's the motherfucking recipe.
So there we go, that's it done. We ended up doing 5 or 6 rounds, didn't we?
I'd say 6.
I think you did.
This guy over here.
Wanted an extra round for filming. But that's the thing, if you don't know what round you've done, you go back to the last number that you can remember. You don't cheat yourself. And that's what we did. I added in some handstands on the wall walks just to help begin that shoulder stabilization. And I was able to hold a handstand with my head on the floor, which is pretty good. And my goal from there will be to elevate upward from that position. But really good, crazy workout. I mean, when you said it in my head, that didn't sound like it was going to be that difficult. I got hand pumps, hand cramps, shoulders gone. I look like I've been weightlifting. And this is the big difference. Most times when you do these circuits, or you see us doing the fight circuits, the training, all in here, it's endurance work. So you don't get a weightlifting pump. Learn the difference, okay? Yeah, when you're in the gym, you get a pump, you look full, you look vascular. Whenever you're doing cardio stuff, you're not gonna get a pump, you're not gonna look big, so don't worry about it. But thank you very much.
No worries, pleasure to have you down. And last thing, underhook.
Okay, so we're in the gym now, and what we're going to do here, we're not going to do anything crazy, so we're going to do some compound stuff. So I'm going to be doing some deadlifts first, so that I get kind of what's left of my energy into the deadlift, and then I know that my shoulders and that are depleted already, so I'm going to go and do some bench press, heavy for my ability for today, if that makes sense. There's no way I'm going to get my max weight because I'm bollocks, but I'm going to go and press it through. I'm going to put the muscle under stress, and I'm going to concentrate on form technique and just grind out 5 sets worth of work on there. So we're going to do 5 sets on deads, 5 sets on bench press. But first, logging food, what I'm going to have, obviously I've just done a pretty strenuous workout, I'm depleted, I need to get some fuel back in. So I got a 35 gram serving of fruit pastels, that's 30 grams of carb, no fat, no protein. Then I've got a 5 gram serving of dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is really good for, one, if you have chocolate cravings, dark chocolate is a good thing to do. 5 grams is a pretty big serving, but it also has anti-fatigue effects, so it helps delay the onset of fatigue. So I'll be eating both of these. This is only 2 grams of fat and, in a minute, 2 grams of fat and 2 carbs. So 2 carbs, 2 fat. That's the macros I'm putting in now mid-workout. Then when we get back, we're going to have a big ass meal.
You've got mail.
Okay, so not too bad on the deadlift. Got those plates on now. Just gonna do bench press. Whatever feels heavy as shit, that's what we're gonna do. Even if that was only 60 kilos, that's what I'll be doing. I think I'll get up to 90. And what I'm gonna do alongside that is some plate walks for the abs. And that's literally taking a 20 plate in one hand. You're gonna level up your shoulders, which means engaging all the opposite side of your abs, the hand you're holding the plate in. And then I'm gonna walk the length of the gym, switch hands at the top, and walk back again. So it's gonna be bench, walk, bench, walk.
So there you have it, a bit of a unique workout for you guys to have a look through and see if you can take any of those and adapt them to your training. Obviously we tried to give you variations on how you can take what we did on the rings and stuff, that you can do them in your own gym, or the calisthenic side of things. You can obviously do those in part of a home workout. What I wanted you to take from today is the fact that that workout we did in the MMA gym, that can basically be like your cardio. If you don't like being on a treadmill and you think that you can get something more, or you're more likely to do better getting your cardio through another avenue, that is one to really look at. High intensity, station style training where it's like a minute or 30 seconds on each station and move, move, move. It doesn't matter about what weight you're shifting on them or what you're doing, it's just about output and drive and to keep going. The added benefit is you're working the muscles whilst doing it rather than plodding along on a treadmill, just grinding out calories growing on a screen, which I mean really how much you're actually burning in reality once the body gets used to doing this long distance steady state walk on a slight incline of 3 degrees. The body's going to adapt to this quick. There is no way of adapting to circuit training quickly. There isn't. You're always going to be working. You're going to be keeping that output nice and high, but you're going to benefit from it on a muscular level. You can see today I mixed things up as well by doing that kind of style of intense resistance style circuit using body weight, and then taking the next part of the day into the gym and just shifting compounds. There's no way I could have gone in and done high volume training after that. That'd have made no sense. So it's having that compatibility between your sessions to be able to fit a lot in on one day and achieve multiple goals on one day. So in the secondary part of the training session, what you saw was me going and do some deadlifts, bench press. Now, I haven't deadlifted properly for forever. I've never really concentrated on it for a long period of time. I think 3 months was the longest that I spent deadlifting. So today, the technique felt good, probably 1 out of every, I'd say 3 reps, and that's me being honest with myself. 1 out of every 3 reps felt good, where it felt like I was driving through the hips were staying down, I was coming up through the heels, and it felt clean. But the point is I realized the ones that didn't feel like that. I realized that they were there, and my goal is to adjust and change those. I still got 3 plates on the bar, which is admirable enough, you know, for starting out, and they felt good. I didn't feel overloaded. I did need help. You will have seen that I wrapped up using those like rubber straps. They're my favorite, by the way. If you're going to invest in something, they're fantastic. No stress on the wrists, really easy to set, and they don't slow you down. So if you feel like you have a like me, baby grip, I call it baby grip, dad grip. What is it? You know, I don't have dad grip. I've got friends who've got it, just scoop things up. I just don't have it. It's tough shit. So wrap up. If that's a limiting factor and you get to a weight, don't use the wraps until you get to a weight where that becomes a limiting factor. But then keep driving through, use those assistants of wraps. It makes sense. Don't hold back just because one thing is letting you down. So, you know, I did okay on the deadlifts. It wasn't perfect by any means, a lot of improvement to be needed, but I'm started. Onto the bench press, I said I'd probably get 90 kilograms. I actually ended up getting 100 kilograms. So just because I said 90, that was not stuck in my head. I did the best I could do on the day, and I got it up to 100 kilograms. So there was more in me than I thought. And the whole idea of this process is to be able to have gym workouts and functional workouts, because I promise you now, your gym workouts will benefit from you having more functionality. If you take a sprinter or a fighter and put them into a bodybuilding program compared to a guy that's done nothing and put him to the exact same bodybuilding program with the same food and everything, I promise you now the guy that had previously been doing functional stuff will grow faster and look better by the end of it. So I hope that you can take what I've said from this video in terms of looking at what I've done and maybe adapting it in some way into the routine, or have a go at the whole thing yourself. That would be awesome. If you do so, make sure to comment below. Ask any questions. If you watch on your mobile, subscribe, like there. If you're watching on a laptop, ding-a-ling, bell notification, thumbs up there. Are we done? Are we done? Lex, out.